Welcome to Comfort Time, where we tell testimony stories, testimonies of miracles encountered, testimony-based business stories, and testimonies of life lessons learned and experienced. Today we have a very special guest, and our guest is Professor Boniface Mwamba Kawembe. Welcome, Prof. We're really blessed to have you here, and thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
I feel particularly privileged to share this platform with you.
Thank you. Our topic for today is early detection of breast cancer. This is a very special subject to all of us women, and I thought you could share some light on that.
No, thank you very much. As you may very well know, the most common cancer which affects our mothers in Zambia is cervical cancer. And you have done some work on cervical cancer.
Yes, Prof, we did. We actually have a video on called How to Keep Women and Girls Safe. And in that video, we were explaining the importance of proper sanitary towels, because it was discovered that inferior sanitary towels are a major driver of cervical cancer. So those who are interested, the link will show. You can check the video out. You really appreciate it. Yeah.
Now, cervical cancer, we are on fairly good ground in the sense that we have facilities for detecting early cervical cancer through cervical screening, which fortunately is widely available in the urban areas as well as the rural areas. This is not the case with breast cancer. But let me put it this way. What is highly recommended to all our mothers is that once a month they must examine their own breasts, what we call self-breast examination. Mm-hmm. And this examination should be done at the same period during the cycle, whether you do it when your periods begin or 5 days later. It doesn't matter at what point, but it must be consistent. Don't change. If you do it at the beginning of the month, always make sure it's at the beginning of the month. And through self-breast examination, we are able to pick up fairly small breast cancers. But for our fingers to be able to pick up small breast cancers, they must be at least 2 centimeters, about that size.
Okay. Now,
anything smaller than that, a cancer which is smaller than that, cannot be picked by feeling the breasts. And this is where there is a special X-ray which we call mammography. And mammography basically means an X-ray of the breast. Some of us have had an X-ray of the chest. If you are coughing, or if they think you may have a broken arm, they will send you to X-ray. So mammography or breast X-ray is painless, and it just takes a few minutes to undergo.
Okay, Prof, so what I would like to know is why it's so important that we have ourselves tested by a machine.
Breast cancer, from a medical point of view, exists in 2 forms. When the breast cancer is still very small in size, and when it has not spread beyond the breast, we call that localized breast cancer. And at this stage, this cancer is almost curable. And the treatment is fairly straightforward and is not complicated. The second type of breast cancer is when this breast cancer breaks away, spreads from the breast, for instance, to the liver and to the lungs, to the bones. It may even spread to the brain. Now you are dealing with breast cancer, but this is an advanced form of breast cancer. And the treatment results are not so good. It's almost impossible to cure breast cancer once it has spread. And this is why it's so important that we pick up breast cancer in this early stage, because we can now save lives, and we can also prevent expensive treatment, and also prevent our mothers who are succumbing to breast cancer leaving orphans and widowers.
So cancer, basically what is cancer, bro? Can you tell me what this cancer is? We hear so much of cancer, we talk about it, but what is it really?
Okay, well, I'll try as best as I can to put this in a layman's language. Our bodies, if you break down our bodies to the smallest unit, we are just made up of cells. We are just a collection of cells. Of course, some of the cells are specialized, they form the brain. Others, the liver, or the other organs of the body. Now, these cells have the ability to multiply themselves. That's perfectly normal. And they also have the ability to know when to stop multiplying themselves. And these same cells, when they grow old, they die on their own. Now, so that there are control mechanisms which control growth, which promote growth, and which stop growth. There are also factors which control when a cell should die or when a new cell should be born. Now, what happens in cancer is that this control mechanism is lost. Imagine now the cells which are supposed to multiply and stop, just continue to multiply without stopping. The end result is you get a growth, whether it's the goiter or the liver or any other organ which is involved. And when these cells, normal cells, die when they get old, these cells don't die. They keep growing.
Oh boy.
And to make things even worse, if they would just remain, for instance, in the breast, growing in the breast, maybe you can say, we can treat this breast cancer by just removing the breast. But these cancer cells, and this is one of the important features of cancer cells, is that they spread. So the cancer cells which began growing in the breast will spread to the liver, would spread to the lungs, would spread to the bones, would spread to the brain. In fact, they can spread to any part of the body. So, and clearly, you don't have to be a scientist to appreciate that once these cancer cells spread, it's a very complicated disease to treat. So our best bet is to catch these cancers early, because then, even if, for instance, if let's assume you have to remove the breast, and sometimes if the cancer is very small, you don't even have to remove the whole breast. Okay. You may just have to remove a part of the breast, and you would have cured the patient. That's why it's so important to catch these cancers. And this is why sometimes we hear stories that somebody had breast cancer, they were operated on, and years later they are doing fine. And then we are surprised somebody else has breast cancer, and after a few months they have gone back to their creator. And then we begin to wonder, maybe was it the hospital which didn't provide good treatment? But in fact it may be the same good hospital, but the first patient had early breast cancer, and the other patient had advanced breast cancer which had spread to other organs. And that's why the outcome is so different. And one really cannot overemphasize the importance of the fact that all the cancers begin small in one location, and if we catch them early, we can cure those cancers and prevent the more complicated cancers when they spread.
So is it a very expensive machine to get? Why do we have enough in Zambia? And if not, why don't we have enough? Is it something that we can work towards?
In fact, before this program I was checking the prices. The top range mammography machine is X-ray, which gets X-rays of the breasts. The most expensive unit would be about 50,000 United States dollars. And that's roughly the price of a Land Cruiser,
and we have so many of them here.
Yes.
You know?
So I don't think price is a major constraint.
So it's just that we don't know, because if women knew, if they had the information that having that test is key to saving their own lives, I doubt would have people not searching for that, because we have so many women who are traveling for business, for work, abroad where these machines are readily available. I did that too. I never had the test. I didn't know how important it was, because I thought just testing myself is enough. When I find the lump, I'm safe. But now I'm getting the picture that yes, that may help me, but what will help me more is having it detected before even my breast can feel it. And Prof, we have so many options here. We have CDF. I think it's just not knowing the importance of the machine. Yeah.
No, in actual fact, these machines, they're not bulky.
Okay.
In some countries, they even put them at the back of a trolley.
What?
And you can actually take them to places where they don't have big hospitals.
Okay.
And actually do breast cancer screening.
Okay.
Yeah. And as I said, it's painless and just takes a few minutes to do the test.
So it's something that we could actually ask CDF money to pay for, and it could be, if we had one like in every district.
Exactly. In fact, as far as I am aware, out of our 10 provinces, probably only Lusaka may have a mammography machine.
What?
In government hospitals. I don't know about the private sector. And I'm sure as a country we can do better than that.
Yes, we can. What are the health benefits of having a mammography?
Mammography, obviously the first obvious benefit is that we'll be able to catch breast cancers when they are still small and curable.
Okay.
And we are going to prevent unnecessary deaths of our mothers from breast cancer. And when we do that, we will reduce the number of orphans and widowers. And more importantly, even when we do find breast cancer, because it will be in its early stages, the cost of treatment will be far, far much cheaper. And the sad reality is that when we catch breast cancer late, the treatment is extremely expensive, and that treatment does not guarantee results as good as you would get when you catch the cancer early.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prof. That was an eye-opener for me, and I'm sure it will be for many people. So, Prof, is there anything that we can do to prevent getting cancer?
Unfortunately not, because in a sense, looking at cancers broadly, we actually don't understand. There is still a lot we don't understand as medical scientists. If we knew the underlying cause, then prevention would come into the picture. So really at the moment, breast cancer is going to be with us for a long time to come. And our best option is to pick up these breast cancers when they are very early, because then they are almost always curable.
Thank you so much, Prof. This has been a light bulb moment actually for me, in that I know that the best thing that we can do for ourselves and for our loved ones is to have it detected. Therefore, it's very important that we find a way of having this machine in all districts, at least to begin with. Maybe later we can think of constituencies, but for now, it's very important that we have them in all the districts. We will save so many lives. Being a person who has lost a friend to breast cancer, I know how devastating that is. And I'm appealing to all of us to do something about it. We have done our part. We've given you the information. You also need to give that information to as many people as possible, and to the ladies, also share with all the men. The men too should have this information, because all the men have daughters, have sisters, have wives, have mothers. Imagine if all those people were informed and they were aware. And then we appeal to the powers that be to critically look into providing this equipment for all of us to keep us safe. We will save lives, we will save mothers, we will save the mothers for the children. You know, the children need their mothers. These days, the ones that are dying are really young. I've seen 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Before, it was the old people who were dying from that cancer. But now, our young ones are dying. So please, all of us, let's take out that information to everyone. Everyone in your contacts must know about this. To the business world, $50,000 may appear daunting to us, to me as an individual, but it's something that is doable. That's something that when you come together, you can do. Maybe one organization can say, I'll provide one machine for my province. Another one says, I'll provide one machine for this area. And then in no time, we'll have the whole country covered. So yes, we're appealing to the government to come in, but before the government even comes in, we can do so much more. So please, I'm appealing to all of us to come on board and answer to this need. So please, please, business world, NGOs, anyone who is touched by this message as we have been, reach out to Comfort Time. Come to us with any contributions. We promise to partner with the Ministry of Health and ensure that the machines are sourced, because they're the ones with the specifications for the machines, and we'll report back to you as to how many machines have been sourced and where exactly they are. And if it means just having a few mobile ones, we'll again reach out to you and explain, and you can follow up. Our contacts outside this country, if there's anything that you can do, please be in touch with Comfort Time, and we'll agree on how we can help each other to help our people. This is critical. This is something that I feel should not delay. We should do it like yesterday. In fact, I'm surprised that having this information, we don't have the machines that are so critical, and yet every day we are crying about losing lives. So thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for being here. And I'm sure this word will go out there and help so many of us.
No, thank you so much, and thank you very much for the privilege to share this platform.
So Comfort Time is about encouraging each other, about uplifting each other's lives. So please, let's continue to do that. If you have subscribed, I'm saying thank you. If you are still waiting, please do. Have a blessed day. See you in the next video.